Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six games are no strangers to the gaming world, as the franchise has been around since 1998. We all know that the past release, Rainbow Six Siege, has seen huge success from Ubisoft as the series still actively gets regular updates, and that game came out at the tail end of 2015. Which brings us here to 2022, where we see this franchise take a weird turn that I'm not even sure Tom Clancy himself would approve of. Rainbow Six Extraction, the first semi-annual big release for the year of 2022. Extraction is a spin-off of Rainbow Six Siege, where you and up to 2 other players work your way through completing procedurally generated objectives in a map. These objectives can vary from finding and extracting lost scientists, eliminating VIP targets, collecting data from nests, and so on and so forth. Each level, the players are presented with 3 sections and 1 objective in each area. The players are given a time limit in each area to either complete the objective or extract from the area. Which means so you don't even have to go through and complete, say, all 3 objectives. If you wanted to just do 2 of them and extract, you can easily do that and still gain your experience and level up from doing that. You can use this option to say if your operator's running out low on health and you're unsure if you're going to be able to get to the next objective, you just want to get out there, get your XP, you can go on and so forth and do that without having to worry about your character dying and losing them. So when you look at Rainbow Six Extraction, you have access to all the operators that you would have had when playing Rainbow Six Siege. They all have their own unique abilities, weapons, as well as their own loadouts. One of the unique things I would like to highlight is that they all also have their own health, which is managed automatically after you extract. So for example, an operator dies in a level and your team does not put them in a pod for extraction, that operator will now become MIA, meaning that now you'll no longer have access to them unless you go back and actually rescue them in future operations. As well, if you extract with low health, that operator will temporarily become unavailable until they are healed, which takes time. When I look at the gameplay aspect of it, the gameplay is a copy and paste from Rainbow Six Siege. From the gunplay, abilities, movement, and just overall feel of the game, it's Rainbow Six Siege from basically the ground up. Now, this is not a negative, as the gameplay is fluid and smooth with little to no issues found, but that made this game almost feel like it could have just been an expansion to an already existing game, which is what Extraction feels like. Being tactical and working together is still very much the key to being successful, as say an operation that you would have done in a match of Rainbow Six Siege. The only difference really here is instead of fighting, actual people and multiplayer components, you're just going up against AI components and working to complete objectives while fighting the AI instead. And so the same rule of thumb is if you're going guns blazing expecting a good outcome, you'll kind of be met with a swift death and a premature end to your journey. Which brings me to my next issue, which is the longevity of this game. There's 4 main areas in this game, and each area has 3 different levels. So the replayability can be kind of a hit and miss. While there are tons of different challenges and secrets to find in each level that give you more of the backstory to this new world, the gameplay loop starts to feel stale, which makes me long for some type of new multiplayer component to this game. I know the purchase of Rainbow Six Extraction gets you access to the operators in Rainbow Six Siege to use and play in that game. I just feel that not shipping with its own unique type of multiplayer hurts the overall perspective of it. They're already reusing so much from its predecessor that not adding a new multiplayer component is a loss in my mind. I look at Extraction and it has all the ingredients to a new component. I could just imagine 2 different factions working against each other while fighting off the aliens and completing their own objectives would have been an added bonus to sweeten the deal. And when I look at the game, and I kind of wonder exactly where it's going to go. Are we going to get new levels? Are we going to get new missions? Are they going to add new content? We don't really have a roadmap for this game. So as is, this gameplay loop is going to get stale relatively quick. Some of the things that I'd also like to talk about that seems a little worrisome to me during a pre-release is that when I look at the store, I can just imagine it's not available in there right now, but I can see that the store is designed, and maybe the health system is also designed in mind to put boosters in this game to heal up your characters faster instead of playing to get them back. Cosmetic microtransactions look atrocious and do not necessarily fit in at all. Imagine fighting all these aliens alongside a dude with a cat head next to you. It's just ridiculous, and it just pulls you out of the game that's supposed to have a serious tone to it. The story is non-existent. It's only told through these little cutscenes between each area. So if you're looking for something along the lines of Rainbow Six Vegas, Vegas 2, and something a little more in depth, Rainbow Six Extraction is not going to be hitting that fancy for you. All in all, Rainbow Six Extraction is just an unnecessary game in the franchise. that I feel like in many ways tarnishes the Rainbow Six brand as a tactical international counterterrorism unit. The gameplay is ripped straight from Rainbow Six Siege with not enough changes in it to warrant a whole new release. Thankfully, the game did drop from its original price tag from $60 to $40 and is also being released on Game Pass day one, so you won't have to drop as much cash on it to try it out. When I look at Rainbow Six Extraction and the time that I put into it, it honestly feels a little lackluster and uninspiring, and it feels like this was just something that they didn't really know what to do, so they just kind of threw it together. I really wish that they would have done like a more in-depth co-op story with a whole new multiplayer component instead of just shoveling in Siege characters into this game, because to call this game its own game by itself is a very, very far stretch when we look at everything that this game deals with. And that, my guys, is my Rainbow Six Extraction review. If you guys like the video, please hit that like button down below. If you got any feedback or whatnot, this is my second review ever on this channel. Please feel free to let me know. I really wish I could have said more positive things about Rainbow Six Extraction. It's just, to the core of it, it feels way too much like Rainbow Six Siege, and that game came out 7 years ago. Now, I know Rainbow Six Extraction hasn't been in development for 7 years, but it's just the fact that this is the first new entry that we've seen in 7 years, and Extraction is what we get. It's just disappointing. You know, especially coming from, I loved Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and Vegas 2, and how those games had the terrorist hunts and a great co-op campaign and a phenomenal multiplayer, to going from what we see now with these aliens. I can't give it any more than a 6.5 out of 10. With that, tell me what you guys think. If you guys are playing Extraction, have been playing Extraction, let me know down in the comments below if you agree with my review. Again, this is just my opinion. You can take my opinion with a grain of salt. That's okay. Everybody is entitled to ours, and mine is this video. So without that, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.